Oh, hello, Shalloners. I didn't see you there. I'm upstate at a little woodsy retreat, and usually I would take this time off. But the Shallontourage never sleeps because celebrities and their bullshit never sleeps. And today, we're going to talk about, dude, whatever is going on with Presley Gerber and his face tattoos. And more importantly, we're going to figure out what we can learn from this, namely, how to rise above expectations from your parents and what to do and how to deal with it if you kind of fall short of what they wanted for you. But first, just want to remind you guys that if you have a love question of your own, find me on my website, shallonlester.com, and click Get Help. And be sure to follow me on Instagram at ShallonXO, where you can keep up with my travel adventures, some daily inspiration, connect with me, get some cool free giveaways. We're doing a giveaway right now for a Murder Apparel shirt, a piece from my new Murder Apparel collection. We've got two shirts. One says Cash Checks Break Necks. The other one says Red Lips, Black Heart. And right? Like, isn't this exactly what you need for Valentine's Day, aka Shallontine's Day? And oh yes, we've got a lot of Valentine's Day coverage coming. Buckle up. I'm debating on whether I should just dump them all like the 13th and 14th, like a bunch of videos, or space it out this week. I don't know, but there's some good ones. So let's talk about Presley because it ain't a good one. So this was posted, this came up on my feed. Take a look at Presley. Now, a lot of you guys were like, who in the hell is Presley Gerber? He's Cindy Crawford's son and Rande Gerber. Rande Gerber's like a restaurateur. Like all the hot places you've been in, like Miami or LA or New York, are like Gerber Group restaurants, hotels, stuff like that. Like he's like an impresario, as they say. I was like, that word is like zeitgeist. I'm like, don't say that word. It literally gives me highs. Like this part of my brain has started to tingle and it's the part of rage. I don't like it. But he's like BFF with George Clooney. And so that's a whole other video. But Cindy and Rande have two kids. They have Kaia Gerber, who you guys probably know. She's a model. She's like, I think 18, and recently broke up with drug-addled mess Pete Davidson. And then there's Presley. Presley's 20, okay? And Presley is a model. He's a runway model. And I have always thought this boy is like beautiful. Like he looks stunning. He's got those fine features where it's like, you can't even say he's hot. He's like beautiful. And he looks almost sinister in his beauty. Do you know what I mean? Like him and Kaia together give me like Cruel Intention vibes, like Sebastian and Catherine vibes. Weird, but I liked it. I was like, yes. And he just had such a classical upper crust, beautiful look. Basically the opposite of my look today. There's no hairdryer here at this Airbnb, and I'm just living my grubbiest, woodsiest life. I'm gonna try to do. That's getting worse before it gets better. Okay, should we put my hair up? Oh no, I look like a light bulb. Oh my god, I look like a moon. I look like the moon that's just. Okay, we're just gonna do this. We're gonna do this because you know what? No matter how bad I look, I still look better than Presley Gerber right now. So he posted that he has a new face tattoo under his eye that says misunderstood. Why didn't he just spell it like Pink spelled it on her first album, like M, exclamation point, Z, undoes, uda. Like, can you really want to be 65 years old or 25 years old or 35 years old with a tattoo on your face that says misunderstood? I love Post Malone. You know I love Post Malone, but we do not need to emulate Post Malone in a variety of categories, from personal hygiene to tattoos, okay? I didn't know Presley had any tattoos, let alone many tattoos, to the point that he was getting face tattoos. But in these photos, he has like them across his knuckles and his hands. And I'm like, you are 20 years old. This is my issue with getting a ton of tattoos when you're young, like Justin Bieber. It's like, you think you've experienced all of these things. Baby boy, your life has not yet begun. And I mean this in a good way. Like, you are going to experience a lot in the next 65 years. Maybe leave a little bit of real estate for like when you get married, when you have kids, when your dog passes away, when you get a Honda Civic that you really like, something. And people are just like going with the tattoos. I've said this before about tattoos. It's like people get them to seem like I can't be boxed in. You can't, don't label me. Actually, bro, all you've done is box yourself in. You have boxed yourself into a look that now you can't escape. This aesthetic, this Aaron Carter methed out Tampa gas station aesthetic, that's where you live now. You're not going to run for Congress. You're not going to be a Bavarian prince. I always only want to be a Bavarian princess. Like, you are stuck in this look, so you better like it. So it's just kind of ironic that people think it's gonna like make them so cool. You look not cool at all with all these tattoos at such a young age, because no part of me thinks that they all mean something. I have a tattoo and it means something. It's a quill, like a writing instrument, on my rib cage when I published my first book, and I love it. And I already know when I hit 1 million subscribers, I'm going to get the Roman numeral for 1 million. It's an M with a bar over it, someplace, maybe on my wrist, maybe on my cheek. I don't know. I do know. I'm not going to do that. So something very wrong. There's something very wrong with Presley right now. And it seemed to kind of come out of nowhere, because like I said, the last thing I saw of him, he was doing runway modeling. He was looking really beautiful and good and sinister. And I'm like, when did this shift occur? Now there's something going on in that household. Do you know how I know that? Because Kaia is anorexic and Presley is covered in methy tattoos. This tells me that the problem is not Presley. The problem is not Kaia. The problem is Cindy and Rande, right? And as you guys know, I used to be a celebrity journalist, and I heard many times that Cindy would not only restrict Kaia's calories, she could eat 1,000 calories a day, not much, but she's the one who pushed her into a relationship with Pete Davidson. She thought it would be good for her career. Cindy Crawford thought her 18-year-old babe in the woods, virginal daughter should be dating a drug addict with borderline personality disorder who has been in 1 billion intense, crazy relationships in the last 3 years. That's what that woman thought for her daughter, for her baby girl. That's not a woman, that's an animal. You know what? Animals don't even do that. And this tells me that she's got this Lohan-esque pathology where her kids have to be famous, which is so weird to me, because like, Cindy, you are famous. Like, it's strange to me that models like Yolanda Foster are like, my daughters have to be models too. Like, I don't want my kids to be YouTubers, okay? That's kind of my thing. That's my thing. They can be doctors or scientists. They can work for, SpaceX. I don't care. But I would prefer they don't do like an advice YouTube channel. I think that's weird, because it's my thing, and I want their thing to be very organic to them. Anyway, so that's not how Cindy thinks, and she's pathological in her drive to make her kids famous. And that kind of pressure, when you put it on a child, manifests in a cornucopia of very unhealthy ways. Because we've talked about growth before. Like, if you put a tomato plant in like a cage or something, or any plant, it's going to grow all weird and gnarly and twisted. It's not going to grow in the pattern and in the way that is truly organic to that. And that we recognize with a plant. And somehow, when it comes to a person, we don't see that as easily. We don't see that. No. We don't want to cage that rose bush. We want to cage that little girl. We don't want to like twist and mangle the roots of this oak tree. We want to do it to Presley Gerber. So there could be a variety of things going on here. Either he doesn't want to be a model at all, and this is his way of ensuring he's not going to be a very successful model, is getting like a bunch of Lil Wayne prison tattoos. It could be that he's very much wants to be a model, but Kaia is doing so much better, and the family is like, Kaia. And maybe they're like, who the fuck are you to Presley? Because maybe the metric of success in that family is how much you produce. Maybe he doesn't get to exist just as a son. He exists only as a commodity within that family. And if he's not producing, he's not a part of that family, right? Very much like the Kardashians. Very much like Yolanda Foster and her daughters. So maybe that's the case and he's rebelling. But whatever is going on, this is not a proactive decision. This is a reactive decision. This is him reacting to something that is happening in that family that either he can't or won't acknowledge, or he can't or won't change. And doesn't this feel familiar? We've all experienced this. I don't care how wonderful your family is. I had a wonderful family. I did. I do. I mean, not gonna lie, I do. But no one gets out alive. You know what I mean? Like, none of us get out of it unscathed, unhurt, uncomplexed, ungnarled, right? It takes its toll on us somehow. And the number one way that we feel that gnarlness is an expectation that we aren't meeting with the family. And it's very different for a lot of us. And for women, oh, you know what it is, ladies. When are you getting married? When are you having a baby? But now, we don't just get that pressure. If only that was the only thing required of me in this life. If only, my God. If only that's all I wanted. Just to marry and to birth, and I'm happy. No, I'm not. Some people are, and literally, I'm not saying this sarcastically, good for you. My God, I'm so jealous, and that's amazing. That's amazing. I need 1 million subscribers on YouTube. I need a thriving business. I need to live in a cool ass city. I need to go to Europe 3 times a year. I need to have the coolest bunch of friends in the world. I need to have to go to the US Open and sit in the Grey Goose box suite next to Katie Holmes. The bar is a little bit higher for me. And I'm getting crushed under the weight of it. And it's difficult to discern what's coming from me and what pressure is coming from my parents. Now, one of my best friends, we've known each other since we were 11. We grew up together and we were both like, you know, nerds. We were like, I've talked to you guys about like my high school and stuff. Like it was all nerds. So the popular people were the nerds, but still there was like always a gradient of nerds. It's like a spectrum. And so she and I were like popular, but we were still like nerdy kids. She went to Georgetown, majored in computer science. Yeah. And her parents are giving her this like baby pressure. And she's married and her and her husband have such a great relationship. They have so much fun, but she's like, I don't really want a baby. She is a partner at her firm. Like she is a bad bitch. And all her parents are like, baby. And finally she's like, do you know what I became, Mom and Dad? I became what you raised me to become, a nerd. And nerds work. Nerds produce. Nerds invent. Nerds get the corner office. Nerds lead. Nerds don't go to all this schooling and then bloop, I'm just going to stay home and have a baby. That's not what we do here. And she's like, if I have a baby, I don't get to stop being partner. I still have to go to work. I'm still basically the breadwinner in this marriage. I just import a child into an already jam-packed, stressful life. So what the fuck? But it is constantly on her mind. Like it's constantly on mine. I've done a video about my ambivalence over having children, and I am leaning more towards having one. All right, I'll get there. I'll get there eventually. I'm just not there yet. But like, it's this pressure that we both feel from our parents. Just like, it's not even like our parents even have to say it anymore. It's simply there. It's simply the foundation on which my life's expectations are now built. You know, that's great. Your career is going well. And they mean it. That's great. Your career is going well. But how about the rest of it, the next phase of your life? And you guys might not be facing that baby pressure yet or the marriage pressure. Maybe you are though, but you are facing some kind of pressure. And what do we do when we either can't or won't live up to it? First of all, you got to get real about how real this pressure actually is. Because a lot of us think we know what our parents expect from us, and sometimes we do. Sometimes they are very clear about this. You are taking over this construction business. You are moving back to our hometown. You are getting married. They have a timeline for you. It is not opaque at all. But a lot of times we think we know. Oh, my mom, like, I have to become a lawyer. My dad's a lawyer. My brother's a lawyer. Do they truly expect that of you, though? You might think that, and that might have been a message you got, you know, subconsciously or sort of tangentially, but it's important for you and your family to be really clear about what expectations are. Sit them down and ask them. Ask them, but don't ask them from the point of view of whatever, here's a blank check to my life, and whatever you fill in, I'm going to cash that check. No. You sit down, you don't say, hey, what do you expect from me? Okay, let me take note. Let me just go get right on that. That shit's dead. You sit down and you say, where would you like to see me in 5 years? Like, what's your vision for me? You know, you watch me get older. You have helped me through this, but however you want to phrase it. And see what they say and give them room to answer. The best possible answer. I just want to see you happy. I want to see you financially stable. I want to see you in a loving, healthy relationship. I want to see you self-actualized, fulfilled, doing the things that make you feel like passionate, excited, alert, all of that stuff, right? That's the best answer. That's the best answer. And that might be what they say. But is that actually what they mean? Get a little deeper. Ask them to quantify that. Say, what would make you disappointed? Like maybe a job, an income level, a relationship status, a child-free status. Like, tell them and say, like, I'm not asking you this so that you can just like map out my life and I'm just gonna follow it. But I'm curious, you know, like I want to know what your visions are for me. Sometimes you need to give people enough rope to hang themselves, right? And unfortunately, We know that that's the case with friends, and we know that's the case with boys. Just let them talk. They'll hang themselves. If they're guilty, they will. That's also the case with family, right? We have to walk in the light of the truth about who we're dealing with in every circumstance of our lives. From family to friends to coworkers, everything. Because otherwise, you're going to be making decisions based on a reality that may or may not exist. And we cannot do that. You're going to be making a decision based on projection. They expect me to get married by 25. Maybe they don't. Maybe they've seen how you are in a relationship and they're like, oh, she needs to work some shit out. Maybe it's the opposite. Oh, they don't care if I get married. Oh, they very much do. And again, you don't have to blindly follow what people think or they say, but you have to get a sense of what it is they expect from you so that you may accept or reject that, right? And if you feel very tied to your family, very beholden to them, as we all do, it is in our nature to please our parents. We are hardwired to love these people. It's a survival instinct, right? A baby bird doesn't have the luxury of being like, you know what, fuck you, dad. Nope, he's out of that nest. We are hardwired to love these people and to obey them. They keep us alive. And that goes on, that continues. So it's very hard to get some perspective when it comes to your own family, but it is crucial. So get a sense of what they want. And then, like I said, you can accept or reject this. And if you are super beholden to them, you can try to find some sort of middle ground. Mom, dad, I'm not getting married at 22. I'm not. I'm going to grad school. I'm going to become a lawyer. But I can make this promise to you that once I take the bar and once I get settled in a job, dating will be my focus. And I'm not going to date just to have fun. I'm going to date to find a life partner. But you got to back off until then. This is my path because you have raised me to be smart and productive and financially independent. And this is how I'm going to execute that, okay? Because a lot of times, what our family wants for us is safety. That's hardwired into them, right? They are hardwired to want to get this baby to a productive, safe point as an adult. Healthy people are. Unhealthy parents, it's a whole other series. I mean, it's a whole other career, right? So let's say that they do want you to be safe. Safe looks different to every person. If you have immigrant parents, safe is a very rigid thing, very rigid. You're going to be a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer, or a housewife, depending on how they skew and what their background is. And they cannot see anything outside. You're going to be an influencer, an improv comedian. You're going to be a fashion designer. What? So if that's what you're dealing with, you go to them from the standpoint of safety. Mom, dad, I know the number one thing you want for me, and this is where you validate their struggles, is to not have to go what you guys went through, to flee Iran, to go from being a brain surgeon in Tehran, and now you own a bodega in the Bronx, okay? I know you don't want that for me, and I see how that has affected you. I see how that has fundamentally changed who you were, how that has disrupted your dreams, and you want my dreams to be better. You want my path to be better. And I'm telling you, it already is. I am already safe. I am already good. I'm already whole. And my priority is financial security. That's what they want to hear. That is what they want to hear. And they should hear it because that should be your priority. Financial freedom is the only freedom. It is the only freedom. If you don't have that, you don't have jack shit. Do you know why the Republicans in this country want to keep people poor? Because they do seem to want that, right? They do seem to want people in cages at the border, a war to happen, less medical benefits, less food stamps. Why do they want that? Because poor people are very quiet. Poor people don't have a lot of energy to rise up, to protest, to get out there and vote. They can't take the day off to go do that. They don't have a computer to look up where a polling place is. They don't know how to register. Poor people are easily oppressed, right? So you gotta flip that script in your own life. Your freedom depends on your money, depends on your bag, not a man. And your parents on some level know that, and they want that for you. Even if they're super old school, you're not stable without a man. You're not stable without a man. You say, Mom, I am a man. You know that quote from Cher? She's like, my mom would always say, oh, Cheryl, her name's Cheryl. Sherilyn, it's time to settle down and marry a rich man. Mom, I am a rich man. Oh, that's an alpha. That's right. I said that to my mom the other day. It's like, I am a rich man. I don't need anyone to come and save me. I'm good. So I am stable. I am safe already. And that's kind of the point of view you have to take. Like, you are good, you are stable. But what if you actually do want to do what they want you to do? Maybe they're lawyers and you want to be a lawyer too. You want to be a better lawyer than your dad. You got to find your own path. And it's so hard if you don't even know where to begin. Maybe you do want to be a lawyer. Is it really that important that you're better than your dad or that you like beat him? This is your life, your one life. Do you want to spend it fighting the past or forging a new future, a brand new future? And this is the thing with the Kennedys. You know, like the Kennedy curse. Part of the Kennedy curse is none of them knew what the fuck to do with their lives. They still don't, because the Kennedys, like, there's so much pressure on them. The specter of their ancestors is constantly looming over them, and they feel like they can't live up. Presley Gerber feels like he can't live up. So instead of even trying, he's going to cut his own feet off, right? And just take the legs out from his career so that he inherently fails, so he doesn't even have to try. Right? And it's working. So then he can't say, I gave it all I had to be a supermodel like my mom and I couldn't do it. He's gonna be like, I didn't even want to try. I got a bunch of tattoos. I opted out. Okay. That doesn't mean you win. It's like I talk about with dating. Some of you guys like, I don't want to play games. Baby girl, the game is happening. The game's happening. Deciding you don't want to play it doesn't mean you win. Doesn't mean you win. You join the Olympics. You get out there on the track, they fire that pistol, you're like, I don't want to run. No one's like, gold medal to you. No, that's not how that works, is it? No, they're like, get the fuck off the track, loser. Life is the exact same way. There's a reason that construct applies to every single scenario. It applies to love, it applies to your career. Try or don't, but just make sure you're doing it for the right reasons. Because once you have your path in your mind, you can execute it. But finding that path is what's hard. So how do you find that path? Figure out what you organically like. And it can be hard to do that. Read this book called Big Magic. It's by Elizabeth Gilbert. She wrote Eat, Pray, Love. It's great. It's about literally how to find your passion as an individual when you feel overwhelmed or stuck or stagnant or just whatever. You're like, I don't know who I am. I don't even know what I like. I don't know what I want to do for an afternoon, let alone my career. Who am I without my husband, my parents, my job as my identity, whatever it might be? And she tells you to do what she calls following threads of passion, right? Little fun things, gardening, going to a museum, looking at animals, decorating your apartment. She gives a lot of really good actionable advice to how to figure out who you are. And then this is what you need to do. You need to fill your life with things that make you happy. People with high self-esteem do esteemable things. You need to volunteer and help others. You need to get out of your own head. You need to get out of the expectations of your family and start applying yourself to expectations from society in a positive way. I don't need to like stay home and listen to my mom bitch at me about when am I getting married. I got to go to the dog shelter. I got to go to the soup kitchen. There's people out there who need me to change their life. And when I tap into that feeling of how it makes me feel, passionate, alert, curious, useful, I'm going to get addicted to feeling like that. And now I'm going to look around my life and see other ways I can import that in. I'm going to train for that 5K. I'm going to call up my friend I haven't seen in a while. I'm going to go to the old folks' home and hang out with my grandmother. And then you get this strong sense of self. So that when a dream pops into your mind, you don't think, oh my God, I can't do it. You're like, I can do that. Maybe I don't know how to do it today, but I know how to make a plan to do it. I know how to do phase 1 of that. Okay. I feel at least confident enough to dream it. And that is the first step. God does not put a dream in your heart if you aren't capable of executing it. Unless, of course, you're auditioning for American Idol. I don't know what those people are thinking. But if you have this dream, you have the ability to make it happen. It's outlining. Big dreams are made up of small steps. And that's what no one wants to hear. I've written 2 books. I did them each in 6 weeks. I did that because I outlined, right? I'm not like, I get so overwhelming. I'm like, chapter 1, chapter 2, fill it in. That's how we have to approach our life. How does this relate to your parents? Because then when you hear their pressure, their dream, their expectations, you say, no, I've got a map here. I've got a map to my destination. That's your destination. Because you know what? They had their shot. They had their shot. They had their shot to get married at 18 or start a business or do whatever it is they're pressuring you to do, okay? And either they did do that and that's the only filter they can see through, and sometimes the people we love are simply limited. Our dog is limited, right? We love our dog. We love our dog. But our dog, Noodles, is limited. So we're not going to act exactly the way Noodles does. Because even though we love you, Nudes, it doesn't mean we're the same. I can look at you and love you for exactly your limitations and realize that they're not mine. That I am capable of more than Noodles is, right? And sometimes, as painful and as traitorous as it feels, we have to do that with our family. I'm having to do that, like with this business, my YouTube business. Like, my mother's greatest strength is her greatest weakness. She's a sweet, sweet woman. She is like an angel on earth, and she gives me business advice from the filter of love, from the filter of being a good person, not a ruthless person, which sometimes in business you need. And so I'm like, I see that's her limitation. God knows I have my own, but I'm like, thank you, mama. And I weigh that against the ruthless devil on my shoulder. And I take it as a data point, but it's not the only directive I listen to. Do you know what I mean? But I can do that now because I have confidence about my path, because I know where I want to take this business. And before, when I didn't, I was like, okay, no, you're right. Okay. I was just a kite in a windy sky. But now that I have a focus, I'm like, okay, I'm logging that as a data point. I'm weighing that against things. Absolutely. Something to consider. Maybe I'm going to go with that choice and maybe I'm not. But I now have a rubric for accepting or denying their input, their expectations, their advice, because my path is very clear to me now. My path is rock solid. And my path for where I want to take this job, where I want to take this empire that I am building with this channel, only crystallized into a vision because I did the work on myself, because I did the things following my threads of passion, because I gave back to other people, focused on my health, and really created a life that was so full and so strong, it was a springboard into confidence to set this dream. And it's not easy, and it's not a one-time thing. It is a thing you do all the time. It is truly our life's work. It's what our life is. It's what the fabric of our life is made of. These little threads of passion. That's why they're called that. These little seemingly insignificant acts that are building blocks onto the larger foundation of our life and onto the empire that we are building. So give yourself some time to empire build. Give yourself some time to find those threads and weave them together. And then when you look at someone like Presley Gerber, when you are the Presley Gerber, and you're like, that's great that you have that dream for me. And I'm going to take the good parts of that dream, even if they might not mean it in a good way. Even if their dream for you is to stay in the small town and you work in the mill and you're not going to go the big city. Who you think you are going to go to college acting like you're better than everybody? You're like, okay, thanks for that. I'm going to take threads of that. I'm going to take from that. I shouldn't forget my roots. There's a lot of good stuff here in this town and a lot of people love me here and they want me to stay. So when I leave, and I'm going to, I'm not just going to burn this bridge and never come back. I'm going to remember that this town loves me. That's how I'm going to interpret those expectations. Not in a negative way, and not in a way where it's either this wave that crashes over me and I completely accept it and this is how I live my life and I have no agency of my own. And it's not going to be like, fuck you, mom. Shit. I'm going to be like, all right. Duly noted. Extrapolate the data points, log them, move forward. We have to look at our life in terms of a science experiment sometimes. And that means divorcing ourselves, as painful and natural as it is, from our parents' expectations to see what we can extrapolate from them to make ourselves better, not bitter, and not misunderstood. Presley. I mean, yeah, there's a huge part of him that's simply rich and bored. Boy, me too. Download a book. Watch some PBS. Go take a walk. Plant a succulent or something. They're surprisingly difficult to keep alive. At least they are for me. Anyway, I want to know what you guys have to say. What are your expectations from parents? What do you hear again and again and again that you're just like, because the Shallontrage probably has some good ideas about what maybe positive things you can get from that. how to shut it down and how to move forward with your life, because literally you guys many, many times are wiser than me. Many, many times. Please don't take this channel over. I need this. That's all for today. Like I said, Shallentine's Day content is coming up. And if you want to win some cool murder apparel stuff, head to my Instagram at ShallonXO and follow along and be entered in the giveaway. I'm going to do that pretty soon. All right, guys, I'll see you next time. Stay savage.